Yo, what up? What up?
Look, you.
Not much. What you got in motion?
You already know. Coming with the NFT heat.
This is almost daily at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm sure you saw the news on this, but the Associated Press is gearing up for an NFT launch
I
at the
did
end of January.
I did see that, and I think that that's actually really, really good for the industry, and not for the reasons that I think a lot of people would peg to say. I think it's more like AP is a very prominent brand. When people see the Associated Press get into NFTs and adopt it, they're gonna watch it and say like, hey, if this worked for AP, it could possibly work for our organization. I also think the AP is less inclined to do something that's gonna be like hype or that's gonna fizzle out. So I'm just excited to see what actually comes of the actual effort, right?
So would you say similar play to Time magazine? Because Time, I would say, out of all of the other media entities, has been the most ingrained in what's going on with NFTs. I think Fortune had some interesting plays. You know, they partnered with People Pleaser to do a collaboration on a cover, and it did some numbers. But Time is kind of like sustaining the momentum, and they're collaborating with a ton of creators. This Associated Press thing, from what I read in their press release, was they're taking a lot of their Pulitzer Prize winning photography and then digitally enhancing them, or taking artists and being like, yo, make some art out of this.
Yeah, I think it's gonna start with the legacy works because that's what people know, right? But at the same time, what you have to do is you have to look at the whole concept of what it means to be a creator in the NFT space as a brand. And the AP or Associated Press, they have to come in and they have to almost introduce the world to something that they already know. So your Pulitzer Prize photography and photojournalism efforts, that's going to be something that's widely understood. It's like, oh, I remember this photo from when this moment in time happened or this historical event happened. The thing that fascinates me is not necessarily how they launch, but how they continue and sustain the momentum. Because like now, once they've gotten that legacy collection out there and they've said like, okay, we've introduced ourselves, not only does that become like the Grailed or the OG collection, but you also now have the opportunity to do everything, the stuff that's not Pulitzer Prize and even the things that are Pulitzer Prize winning as NFTs. Like it can just become the norm. And I think that that's a world that's very fascinating because you have an organization that has true creators, people that create information of value that influences everything from the stock market to what clothes you're gonna put on in the morning. There's a wide influence there. And if all that stuff can now be NFTified, or figuring out what to do with it is like something that I think is key. It also begs the question, like, what is the mission and the motive behind it? We haven't seen it. We don't know what the execution is. It's just one of those drops.
I think I would agree with that. I mean, they've got way too much substance to sacrifice. You know, like they have photos, like the iconic Iwo Jima raising the flag. So my question to you is, why do you think that they're building their own NFT marketplace? Like they're going with this company called Zua, XOAA or something, or XOOA, and they don't necessarily have a whole lot of wins under their belt. Like, why do you think they chose to go and build their own marketplace instead of following like Time and Fortune, just being like, yeah, we're going to roll with OpenSea?
I have no clue, but the cool thing about NFTs is like, regardless if you use your own platform or OpenSea, if it's on the blockchain and it's accessible, people can check it out in any wallet or any marketplace. Maybe they wanted to control the look a little bit more, or they wanted to control the dynamics at which their work was presented. In this case, maybe it made sense. That's part of the rationale that I would have if I went that route. I think that like this is one of the few technologies where you really can get in from any level and like you can have an impact as young as 13, as old as 9.
Definitely. Well, I always appreciate your insights, and I think the viewers do too. So appreciate you as always, and I'll catch you in the NFT verse.
All right, sounds good. I'll see you there.